you are going to need a partner for what we're doing today. Inversions. So one of the unique movements to a yoga practice is going upside down. We don't do that in running or spinning or other forms of exercise, but we do it in yoga. And there are so many variations on it. For example, you could be seated in a chair with your head lowered between your knees. You could be in a pose we call child's pose, where you're kneeling down on the mat, stretching your arms forward and bringing your forehead down. Another option that's fairly safe for most people is to move your body right up against a wall, back flat on the floor, and legs up a wall. So why be so curious about inversions? Because inversions have this amazing benefit of clearing the air in your body, allowing your organs a measure of relief, and at the very least, just allowing your legs some ease. We do a lot of skill building exercises to build up all the tools in your body needed before we ever go upside down. There is a chunk of bone at the bottom of your spine called your sacrum, 5 vertebrae fused together. Kind of looks like an arrowhead. So as a partner, my partner Julie's taking this high plank position. I'm just going to use my fist to press down on her sacrum and back a little bit toward her heels. And in my giving her this pressure, she has the opportunity to draw the pit of her belly into her body and up toward her head, starting to teach her how to gather strength and great alignment. So once she's got the alignment, we'll give her a little test. You want to make sure to have a lot of fun with this one. It's a tightness test to see how much she's able to be stabilized into her core and her center line. So Julie's going to take the plank, and it'll need to be a high plank for this one. I'm going to come around to the foot side of her body and squat down with my knees and toes turning out wide and rest my elbows on my forearms. And I'll give her a tap to let her know I'm ready. She's going to pick up one leg, I'll hold on to it, and then the other. Now here's where the test comes into play. So when she's not suspecting it, after she gets to gather her wits about her in the pose, I'm just going to test by letting go of a leg. And so she's not very tight yet, but as she goes, she'll start integrating more and more, holding her body in this plank as I let go. And then maybe I'll just trick her a little bit and make sure her attention is able to be on her body. When it's time to put her down, I'm going to just gently put her toes down, her knees down, and let her reach her hips back to her heels for rest. So downward dog, the shape of an upside down letter V. Once she's in the downward dog, Julie, will you walk your feet a little bit closer to your face? I'm going to just guide her shoulders over top of her wrists. I'm even going to check in with her fingers, plucking them up like a guitar string off of the mat to just make sure each of her fingers are engaged, helping her have a grip on the mat. Then I'll come around behind, keep myself out of the way of her feet, and say, Julie, will you lift one leg up into the air? She'll choose. So I'm going to go outside of the leg that she's lifted and create a little lunge. Let her place her ankle or her shin on my shoulder. And then from here, take a deep breath in, Julie. Blow all of the air out because that starts to engage your core strength. And then just let her roll up to a half handstand. Keep this foot down to the ground. We won't even worry about lifting it yet. We just want to get your hips over your shoulders. So keep your leg down, Julie. Whoops. Yep. Leave your foot hang and just roll your torso into the half handstand. So right now you're at an angle, Julie, from your shoulders to your hips. Make it different. That's it. And stack your hips on top of your shoulders. And then come back down. I'm going to give her her leg back. Stay in the forward fold with your feet wide. And let your body just take on the effects of the inversion without being upside down. Once your partner has gotten a chance to hang here, you might place a hand on their lower back and just stretch their spine long for a little relief, or give their shoulders a massage. And then after acclimating, you could roll up to standing with soft knees, hands on your thighs, and all of the way up. Nice job.
Oh, great, thank you.
And that is the beginning to creating an inversion practice. A lot of fun, and though the handstand seems like it might be the most advanced, it's one of the safer ones because your neck is not at risk in the pose. So join us at Evolution Power Yoga and learn a little bit more about your inversions.